is going down tonight.
It is.
And I just want y'all to tune in. Make sure that you smash that like button. Make sure that y'all donate because we're about to get it popping.
Do you find that a lot of us, because we've been dealing with a lot of dusties? Sorry, I don't.
No. I like that. I like that. Shout out to Anika saying she used to dealing with dusties.
You look dusty.
But are you saying that we're having a lot, are we having difficulty digesting that we need to be in a more subdued, relaxed position when we're dealing with more established men? Or are you saying that we're having a hard time switching from being in our masculine provider energy and resting? Is that what you're saying we're having a difficulty doing?
All of the above. Let me give you an example. My wife, for the first year in marriage, said, and don't get mad at me, Ariel, this is just for the learning of the ladies. I'm not in this relationship to be alongside you. I'm in here to compete with you. She was used to having been with guys that may not have had many ambitions, or guys that were not looking to settle down and establish families.
Boy, if you don't...
When we met, she was very impressed by what I brought to the table. But the thing was, because she was so used to still being in that independent mode, even though she had a consciousness of my dominance, it was still hard for her to give a compatible energy because she was already so accustomed to the latter. So it's just a transitional process from, okay, this is what I was used to doing with the guys that I were used to being with, as you said, the dusties, to, oh, damn, I'm not with a dusty no more. Now, how do I step in the right frame? Does that make sense?
It makes sense. We do have some unlearning to do in terms of like our mannerisms and how we interact with successful establishment. A code switch needs to happen. And I think hopefully we're sisters. Are we open to working on that?
Okay. Whatever that means.
LA for life says, right. Yes. You got to know when you're in the presence of a king. And, one thing that I do want to point out, ladies, when you actually find the successful man that you want to attract, that's going to be the hardest job you've ever had in your life.
Okay, let's move on.
You got to know what man really wants. Like you said, put yourself on that pole. I want him. I got to find out what he really likes.
But Yasha Allah, why would you? I'm the woman. Why you gonna put me to the side, Yasha Allah? I got a job too. I got a career too. I am bringing that to the table, Yasha Allah.
I don't care nothing about your job. I do all right. That's the way it is.
We do not care.
Don't get me wrong. If you're a millionaire, don't get me wrong. It'll help. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But I want to be a certain place, and a man wants that. He should want that in his life. A lot of people don't want that in his life. But when you're ready to be on your go, you're constantly on the go. Don't hold me back. I'm constantly moving. I'm constantly thinking. I'm trying to move ahead.
So if I'm processing everything that you're saying that you are always out there trying to make things happen, and you want a woman that will support you to continue moving at your same pace or faster. You're not as concerned with someone who will slow you down, or someone that thinks that just because they have a career path themselves, that's what will make them the right fit for you. You're saying you're not as concerned about their career or the money that they make. It's not that you will turn the money down, but you value how they can support your process more than their own process. Is that correct?
That's correct, because that benefits us in the end. I'm not gonna sit and wait on you to wash my clothes. I don't do that. I never have. I wash my own clothes. I wash everybody else's clothes. I'm gonna do my own ironing. If I gotta tell you to do it, it's too late for me, because I've been on the go for a long time. You see what I'm saying?
So she gotta already know. She gotta already know how to roll.
Right. And they go, well, let me do it. Okay, fine, do it. But if you don't do it at a certain time, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to ask you. It's already done. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't sit and wait for you to get ready when I know it has to be done. You see what I'm saying? I want you to look a certain way. Your feet, your pedicure, I'm sorry, it gotta be done right for me. And your manicure, I'm sorry. Certain things. So you have to know what you really want. I mean, what attracts this person here will make you attractive.
She is very gorgeous to me.
When you made the statement about, a woman's feet and her appearance, it takes so much work and time a lot of times for a woman to upkeep herself in such a royal way. A lot of times, if sisters are not conscious of it, like if they don't recognize this, you could be so busy kind of moving to and fro that the exact pampering that a man would look for from a woman may be discredited, whether it's through your hair, whether it's through your nails, whether it's through your physique and your appearance. Like, those things take time.
First and foremost, I feel like when you're in a relationship, you have to decide what it is that you want and what you're willing to compromise. When you're with a partner, sometimes you're going to have to tell the person, this is what I want, right? Because you're used to doing things your way, she's used to doing things her way. And not only that, you have to give people time to adjust. And then the other thing is, with regards to the upkeep, in operating in your masculine energy and being the provider for yourself, and if you had a kid or two, and you're a single parent, the last thing you're thinking about is going to the salon and getting your lashes individually put on, and going to get your manicure, and going to get your pedicure, because you know what?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Your energy is finite. You don't have an unlimited amount of energy, but you may get up feeling motivated by 12 o'clock, you're done. If you cannot afford to go sit in a salon to pay somebody to do it for you, you're going to have to do it yourself, and that takes time and energy, which most people who are Black women who are in single parent households, they are the breadwinners. They don't have time to do that, right? So it is something, whereas I think it's a trade-off. If you want somebody who is going to be kept, and she's going to have her manicure and pedicure, and when you come home, she's going to have that home-cooked meal, which I don't think a lot of us, we don't have a problem doing that. It's just, we're also the breadwinners, and we're also working 80-hour weeks.
I agree with you completely. If a man is going to have a woman, be established in terms of looks and appearance and on a certain level of pampering, then that man needs to bring certain things to the table in order to receive and enable that kind of behavior. You see what I'm saying? I always tell men, if you have not worked yourself into the position of being a high quality man, then do not expect to receive a high quality woman. Okay. You're going to find someone like yourself. Birds of a feather flock together. So if you don't have yourself together, don't expect for her to have herself together. And if there's certain things that you want from a woman, you need to make sure that you're the right type of man in order to attract that kind of woman, right? Because the woman that you men talk about, they're out there. The problem is they're just not checking for you because you don't do what you're supposed to do in order to find them.
Something ain't right. Something ain't right. And damn it, it's time that we find out.
I'm a firm believer that both parties need some level of preparation before they end up getting into this kind of relationship that I'm speaking about. You know what I mean? Like, you can start from square one. A lot of men and women, like Sheer Queen is saying, there's a certain level of inner work that you got to do in order to get women what you want out of a man, and man to get what you want out of a woman. I can't speak for every man, but I know for myself personally, you do have to have a brain, because there will be times where I may need certain things taken care of, but I'm not going to be happy just going off of your brain alone. There's going to be some times I'm going to want to enjoy myself. I'm going to want to like what I see. And so, sisters, you're going to have to wear certain hats. Even if a man can take you out of your 9-to-5 job, you're still going to have to wear a lot of different hats. You might have to play some hats on a business. You might have to play some things with the wife and kids. So you are going to have to come with different skills. That's my thoughts. Yasha Allah, you got any closing remarks? That's my closing remarks on the subject. We're going to pick back up in part 2 of this thing. Yasha Allah, what you got? And then Anika, we're going to close it out with you.
You're correct on that about having somewhat intelligence. But me, far as me, I like this here. You don't have to work full time. A woman has never paid my bills at all for any house. You know what I'm saying? Whatsoever. Because I want you home to do certain things for the children and for the household. You see what I'm saying? You can work a part-time job, go to college. I'll pay for the college. But I need you home to make sure certain things are getting taken care of, which is the home.
I feel like there's a lot of nuance in relationships, and we kind of have to find a balance between being the soft feminine woman and having a brain, you know, on our shoulders where we can handle business, which I feel a lot of my sisters are very smart, you know, and we can handle it. It's just about, because we've been in our masculine energy for so long, toning it down, falling back, allowing the man to lead once we feel like, you know, he's not going to lead us somewhere off the cliff. Because I do feel like once we understand that he's a strong leader, I feel naturally we just become more subdued, and we allow them to just lead.
I would like to see it.
It is going to take some time, and I think a lot of us are open. In my generation, we're open to unlearning some of those harsh male go-getter tendencies and falling back. So we're be patient with us, brothers. We're working on it a lot. As you can see in the chat, a lot of us are working on our femininity, being more subdued, and just, you know, being in a place where we can be led.
Let's give a big shout out to tonight's guests. Y'all really did a phenomenal job. You know, I don't know how everybody else felt, but the show to me was just so much better because, you know, your input and your perspective and your dialogue, it just went such a long way towards us really coming to an understanding, you know what I mean, and just having the conversation. I think that there was so many ladies that really benefited from this perspective on both sides of the conversation. And I think the brothers were definitely very appreciative as well. So thank y'all so much for all of y'all's support, man. I love y'all and thank y'all. And I can't wait to see y'all again for part 2. Y'all stay tuned now.